for the past month, what's going on with Chipotle. It's been a major success story for organic company to be a fast food restaurant and to be doing as well as it has been. And then at the same time, how we see McDonald's, how their fake food has been declining in demand, and we hear McDonald's the same week that they're announcing that they could possibly be closing over 400 stores. In that same week, we see Chipotle take a big major hit to their stock. Has been down 75 points in just one day of trading, losing over 12% of its value. And they're telling you to still sell, sell, sell. All the people on Wall Street, that's what they're telling you to do. And you just wonder, how easy would it be for someone to disrupt Chipotle's supply chain? Like, if you really wanted to go after Chipotle, if you really hate them, if you're one of them people over at McDonald's, you're saying, how are we going to rescue our sales, and how we're going to take out our competitor? It wouldn't be very hard. You just have to know somebody who works in the product plant, somebody who's probably only getting paid $10, $15 an hour. Give them $500 and say, hey, throw in this piece of shit in the sour cream. How hard is that? But all it takes is one person to cause such a dramatic drop in a stock. So you have to wonder, really. I mean, I'm just throwing out a hypothetical. It doesn't mean that what I said happened. Just to let you know how easy it is for somebody to disrupt a company. Look at their stock. It's really down. It could have been that they were just had some bad practices. It's possible, but it's just very suspicious that the same week that McDonald's declines 400 stores, that we have Chipotle take a huge hit to their stock. This is out of the Market Watch. Now, there's been some really bad rumors that have came out. People are really jumping on this story, and you have one person tell another person. By the time that person tells another person what became a possible E. coli scare, what they couldn't trace what it is, and they still don't know what it is yet, became that people were eating cats and dogs. And that has been totally debunked. So just if you eat Chipotle, you're not eating a cat and dog. So this is how extremes that we've seen from the media and what they've been pushing out there, destroying this organic success story. So, has anyone died? No. And is the outbreak definitely tied to Chipotle? There is no evidence. Yes, the people ate there and some got sick, but there is no evidence yet. Okay? While the outbreak appears to be linked to served at Chipotle restaurants, the food or other source of contamination hasn't yet to be determined and remains under investigation, the Washington Department of Health said in a statement. Health officials in Washington said 17 of the 19 of those who got sick in Seattle ate at a Chipotle. They said food at the restaurant is likely the source of the infection, but that no individual food item had been identified. Food samples have been collected and will be tested. Officials do not yet know what specific food item was contaminated. What does Chipotle have to say? Chipotle Mexican Grill spokesman Chris Arnold said the safety and well-being of its customers was always its highest priority. He said Chipotle was notified by the health officials that they were investigating E. coli cases that included people who became sick after eating at 6 restaurants. We do now have the technology. Every bacteria virus will leave a fingerprint just like a human being, so they can trace where what came from. I guess fingerprint wouldn't be right because, germs don't have fingers. So let me just say strain. I think strain would be a better way to interpret what I meant and how identify what strains are going where, and this is how they can link to what farm comes salmonella. And what was kind of scary with the salmonella scare of cucumbers is it didn't matter how much you cleaned the cucumber on the outside. The salmonella went through the skin and it was on the inside of the flesh. So that's something to keep in mind, that certain fruits and vegetables will do that. We've heard that with cantaloupes. So that's something to consider, the type of food that you're buying. So I can tell you right now, the CDC, it wouldn't take them very long to figure out what it is. So they already know. If they haven't been able to identify it, it's something very small scale. If it was something major to CDC, they would have known the first day. They have all the equipment, the technology, they could have done it. So for them not to know in a couple of weeks, what does that tell you? So what did Chipotle do? They closed down over 47 restaurants in Washington and Oregon. And now we see this E. coli scare has expanded to several other major states. And some of these other states are major population centers like New York and Ohio. So that's going to have a dramatic effect. And there's been a lot of regular Chipotle goers that have been going there. And, they get easily scared. They get easily manipulated. They get easily fed the fear that they're going to be eating crap contaminated in their food and cat and dog. So, yeah, they're taking a huge hit, and I don't know if they're going to be able to recover from this. So they closed all these stores in Oregon and Washington. They did a lot of thorough cleanings. Still no evidence of what particularly has gone wrong. Is it the guac? Is it the sour cream? Is it the strontium milks? Is it the cheese? You gotta look at the meat. There are some factors that go in when you use organic gardening and organic practices in the supply chain. There's just one thing that does not make sense. If the CDC, if they really don't know what it is, then why are they officially coming out and saying it's E. coli if they don't know the results yet?